For my segment, I chose to interview 3 people that are part of a mentoring program at the church I attend called Abundant Life Baptist Church. I chose these 3 people in particular for a couple of reasons. The first one is all 3 of them come from different generations. One person is in their 50s, one is in their 30s, and then one is a teenager. She's 19. So I wanted to see how, based on that generational gap, they approached the same idea of mentoring these youth. Also, I chose them because of the fact that all 3 of them have full lives. The first person I interviewed is actually the pastor at the church. He also has a full-time job in the private sector. The second person, who's in his 30s, is a coach, a high school teacher, and he coaches on the collegiate level, as well as having 3 children, 3 small children, whom he takes care of as a single father. And then finally, the third person I interviewed is 19 years old. She's a full-time student, and she works full-time as well as a teacher's assistant. So with all of that happening in their lives, I wanted to see the approach they take, the differences, the similarities, and what they hope to accomplish by being in this mentoring program.
The first person I interviewed is Sheldon Cook. He is an associate pastor at the church and also holds a full-time job in the private sector. Sheldon mentors young men between the ages of 13 and 18, and although he knows they prefer to use technology, he prefers face-to-face mentoring so he can read their body language and pick up on their nonverbal cues in order to get a better idea of how they're really feeling. He believes in finding common ground amongst the boys and says, "I tell them my own experiences growing up in a single-parent home so they understand I can relate to them and what they're currently going through." Pastor Cook wants the community to know that anything is possible for our youth with the right guidance and encouragement, and has no plans on stopping his mentoring efforts anytime soon. The second mentor I interviewed is Anthony Sanders. He is 33 years old, has 3 children, and is currently a high school teacher and a coach on the collegiate level. He is also currently working on obtaining his doctorate. He says he heard about the mentoring program during church announcements and was motivated to ask more about it. As a young man, Coach Sanders started making bad decisions and getting into trouble before his middle and high school coaches stepped in and began to mentor him towards a different way of thinking. He says, "If not for them, I might not have had the same emphasis on education and doing the right thing. They helped me to be less selfish and think more about the team instead of myself." He prefers face-to-face mentoring, but finds he gets quicker responses when he uses technology such as texting and Snapchat. He wants the community to know he cares about these boys and that they are inherently good with good hearts. Finally, I sat down with Michelle Torrance, a 19-year-old full-time college student who also works full-time as a teacher's assistant at an elementary school. Michelle decided to join the mentoring program after working for a nonprofit program during the summer and mentored children who were potential first-generation college students. She wanted to continue that experience. She'd also seen that there were more boy participants and hoped girls would join if there was a younger female mentor there. She said it wasn't hard to get them to open up to her because she treated them like a big sister and stayed in constant communication using Snapchat and texting to forge a sense of togetherness. Ms. Torrance feels that millennials don't get a fair shake, and she wants the community to know that we care about each other and our society. Our group is a group of Christian children who want to do the right thing and become good, productive adults. Although these mentors come from different walks of life, are different ages, and are at different points of experience, they all work together for the common goal of helping these children make better decisions and grow stronger in their Christian faith.